Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Perfect. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NACS North American Circuit Series Racing. I'm your host, Sidonian Muse. Tonight, for race 20 of 24 of Season 2 of NACS, we are here at Texas for the final of the free American GPs that we have to do this season. And it's not just that, it is the fifth last race of our season, and it is the fifth sprint of the season. We have 6 sprints in total for the season. This is number 5. COTA, Circuit of the Americas. We're all good to go. So as per our usual sprint format, it's going to be a one-shot quali followed by a 10-lap sprint followed by the full 28-lap race. With dynamic weather on as always at NACS, and we're always rocking no assists, no corner line, manual gears, no ABS, no traction control, all that jazz. We got 6 guys tonight. We're missing a couple people. But we got the 2 Red Bulls of Vodka and Jelly who are fighting for the constructors with Sparky and CRJ and the Aston Martin. It's a battle between those 2 teams. They're both really close for the constructors right now, going into the final couple of races of the season. And then we have Slingshot and Droop in the Mercedes, who are also trying to fight up for third over Ferrari. So this is a great opportunity for them to pull points on them tonight if the Ferrari guys are not here. Also, Vodka Victory is fighting Sparky for the Drivers' Championship. Though Sparky does have a nice 30-plus point lead on him right now, though. So it's going to be tough for Vodka. It is still in Sparky's corner, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to give the guys the okay to get her going. Here now. Like I said, it's going to be a one-shot quali, which will set the grid for the sprint race. Very easy to invalidate here. I'm sure we'll see 1 or 2 people not get a clean lap up, but it's okay because they have the sprint race to make up for it if they have a bad one-shot quali. We're just going to give a minute for the drivers to load their setups, and then we'll be right into the one-shot quali. Alrighty, as soon as the driver's ready to go, we're going to be right into this one-shot quali. Try to keep up with it best we can. Try to see who's leading through each sector of the lap. There we go. There's the countdown. And we're going to get right to it. 2 Red Bulls, 2 Aston Martins, and 2 Mercedes. And here we go. We're right into it. Going around the final corner. Going up the hill into turn 1. And Sparky has already retired from the quali. It looks like Sparky is not going to do the one-shot quali tonight or something. Not sure what happened there. Looks like Sparky is not doing the one-shot quali. But his teammate CRJ is. And CRJ is currently leading through Sector 1 here. In the Aston, sets a purple Sector 1 CRJ. He's absolutely cooking right now. Well, he gets a little bit of an odd bump there off that curb. Keeps it together. Come up to the hairpin here. Oh no, and unfortunately CRJ puts all his tires off track. The game doesn't invalidate it though. Lets him keep going with his lap, but that is definitely going to hurt his time there as he has now dropped down to second. Blue Jelly now leads here on the straightaway in Sector 2. It's definitely going to cost CRJ there. If Jelly can keep it together, Jelly sets a purple Sector 2. If Jelly can keep it together for the final sector, Jelly can pull this off here. But CRJ is bouncing right back at him even after that huge mistake. I still don't understand why it didn't invalidate CRJ's time, because like he went completely off track in the game. Didn't invalidate him, but okay. Here we go, up to the final corner. Comes Blue Jelly. And there you have it. Blue Jelly sets the fastest lap of the quali of 134.9. With CRJ going to start on the front row of the sprint with him with that 135. Interesting. Sparky decided to retire from the one-shot quali, and he's just going to start at the back for the sprint. But like I said, there's only 6 people, so it shouldn't be too hard to work his way through. Druply Bunyan actually wasn't able to get a solid time on the board there. Really struggling tonight. His teammate Slingshot out-qualified him. Followed by Vodka Victor at the 136.4. Like I said, then CRJ 135.3. Even with that huge mistake. And then Blue Jelly with the 134.9. Now we're going to get on to the sprint. It is looking overcast here for the sprint, oddly enough. The weather looking a little sketchy. It's looking overcast. See how it goes. We'll see if it stays dry for the entire sprint or not. But it's only going to be 10 laps long. So guys can technically go softs if they want to, but it's best, the optimal tire to go here is definitely the mediums. That would be the best thing to go. Just gonna give the drivers a minute, make sure they're ready to go. They should all have their setups on. All they have left to do is just make sure they got the right tire selected and they got the fuel they want. Then they'll be all ready to go. Like I said, so the front row for the sprint is going to be Jelly and CRJ, followed by Vodka and Sling, and then Druply and Sparky. So we could actually see an interesting little battle at the back, because Sparky is going to have to work his way through past the 2 Mercedes, past Vodka, if he wants to get up to his teammate. and his old teammate, Blue Jelly, who at the moment is currently third in the standings, trying to fight to secure, at the very least, finishing the top 3 of the standings this season. Which would be a huge, huge improvement from how Jelly was last season, where he was very inconsistent. This season, he's been pretty much on the ball almost every week, so gotta give him credit for that. He's really turned things around. We'll see how this goes. It's an interesting turn 1 here. Going up the hill. And quickly, gonna make a hairpin to the left. See if anyone decides to go for a move on someone. Might see another encounter between Blue Jelly and CRJ again, just like Portugal, where they got into it. It might happen again. We could see Blue Jelly and CRJ get into it again. And CRJ right now has 10 penalty points on his record. He cannot afford an incident at the moment. So he has that to keep in mind and consider as well. Because it is only the sprint after all. There's still a full 28 lap race after this. And it's lights out and away we go here at the sprint race here at Texas, Circuit of the Americas. Blue Jelly leaps off the line. On his way up the hill, you can already see the Aston Martin of Sparky trying to move up some positions there. The Red Bull and the Aston Martin go through turn 1 together successfully. CRJ gets the move done though, gets ahead of Blue Jelly there on turn 1. Great stuff from CRJ. Sparky starting on the softs for the sprint race. Interesting enough, he's trying to save his mediums, I guess. But yeah, both the Aston Martins have gone for an interesting strategy here tonight. Both the Aston Martins are going to be doing the sprint race on the softs. Everybody else on the mediums. But interesting call from the Aston Martins. That's allowed CRJ to take the lead of the sprint from Blue Jelly, and now Sparky has moved up past the 2 Mercedes and is putting the pressure on Vodka Victory in the Red Bull. He gets really close to the Red Bull Vodka Victory here now. He's burning a lot of ERS. Sparky trying to get the move done on Vodka here, but he's not pulling any time on Vodka in the straight whatsoever. Even with all that ERS he just burned. Vodka clearly running way lower wings than Sparky. Sparky's going to have to try to outmaneuver Vodka in the corners, which won't be easy. But it is doable here. There's a lot of different spots where you can go for overtakes on Coda. A lot of different spots. Sparky has to be careful. The front of his car is getting really close to the back of Vodka's Red Bull. Not only could he risk an incident with Vodka, he could also risk damaging his own front wing. Which would not be good. But yeah, these are 2 championship rivals right now fighting it out. 2 seasons in a row last season. Vodka got the win. This time Sparky is fighting for the win. CRJ is trying to keep Jelly away, but Jelly is giving it to CRJ. Unable to get done, but Sparky gets the move done on Vodka. Nicely done, Sparky in the Aston Martin. Gets the move done on Vodka Victory. Moves up to 3rd. In hopes to chase down. Vodka goes way offline there, though. Trying to go for a move on Sparky. It does not work out. Right now, Sparky has to try to pull time to get Vodka away for that straightaway, because Vodka's going to be an absolute rocket ship on that straightaway, as we just saw there. Sparky's now, though, already ahead, already putting the pressure on Blue Jelly to try to get the other Red Bull driver to make a mistake so him and his teammate can get away on their softs. Sparky's going to burn some more ERS again. Here, coming down the straight, and so is Blue Jelly, though. Blue Jelly's already going for the move here on CRJ. Up into this corner, Sparky looking for a way to get through, but he just can't right now. blocked by the other two cars. And it's Red Bull versus Aston Martin here. Mercedes, both the drivers, Mercedes drivers, Sling and Droop, a little slower tonight. Don't have the pace, they're just keeping it together, staying out of the crisis. Though, one of the Red Bulls has gotten off there slightly. Went way wide in that corner. I think that was Blue Jelly. But he's kept his position. CRJ still in the lead. Red Bull Aston sandwich here. With all four of these cars going neck and neck here. Though, like I said, the softs in those last couple laps are going to die off. So if CRJ and Sparky are going to try to get away, they have to do it now. Because those last 2 laps or so, the mediums are definitely going to be the better tire. But right now, it's a super tight, intense battle right now between these 4. But yeah, Drooply down 6 actually, even behind his team Slingshot. Slingshot outpacing Droop here a little bit at the moment. We'll see how it's going here. Like I said, CRJ is flying. He's still setting purple sectors on those softs right now. So he's doing a great job. And Sparky the Aston Martin, though, he wasn't able to get through last lap. Even though he thought he had a run, he wasn't able to get through. He's going to try again here now, though. Here he goes, using ERS. And now he got the DRS to possibly go for the move on Blue Jelly. He's burning a ton of ERS down the straightaway. Though Blue Jelly is making some swerves, and so is Sparky's teammate, CRJ. Sparky is forced to run the curb as much as possible to try to still keep the overtake legal, but he still isn't able to make the move stick. And Jelly takes the lead of the sprint back from CRJ once more. Yeah, that could have been really sketchy there. Oh, Blue Jelly going wide on that same corner again. Oh, a little contact there between the Aston and the Red Bull. A little bit of a bump between the two of them. Two of them are not giving each other an inch. This is absolute insanity between these 4 cars right now. They're all neck and neck coming around here. These 2 Astons and these 2 Red Bulls. Oh my goodness, this is insane sprint. Oh my god, no, huge incident. Huge incident. The Red Bull of Falcon Victory gets turned around. There goes the 2 Mercedes of True Bleed Sling. Huge incident between the 2 Red Bulls and Sparky. CRJ gets away. Wow, huge incident there. That's definitely going to be looked at afterwards by the stewards. My goodness, it looked to me like Sparky spun Vodka. I think that's what caused that whole incident there. I think Sparky went into the back of Vodka there on that final corner and spun him around. But again, that's just what it looked like for me from like a first glance. But I could be completely wrong. They'll have to be looked at afterwards, I guess, because that was bonkers. 3 different cars all spun out there on that final corner, blocking the way. The Mercedes of Sling and Droop were even having trouble getting through. Sling's right there with his teammate, though. Both the Mercedes trying to pull each other along now. But like I said, these other 3 cars aren't that far behind. They definitely could still catch back up to those Mercedes before the end of the sprint. But the car who's definitely benefited the most from this right now is CRJ. CRJ 6 seconds ahead of Drooply. So right now, this is definitely now that CRJ has gotten free from the other drivers. This is definitely, oh, here goes Vodka Victory, thinking about going for another move on Sparky, but unable to get it done there. But yeah, as I was saying, like, this is definitely CRJ's sprint to win now. He should have this in the bag if things stay like this, because his biggest competitors have all taken each other out. And unfortunately, everyone's okay. Everyone's still in the sprint, but it's still a huge incident. Still a huge, crazy incident. Vodka Victory right behind Sparky here. Sparky going way wide there in that corner. Vodka's going to have DRS and ERS on Sparky. Going up the hill. He's going to go for the move on him, on Sparky here, into turn 1. The 2 drivers leave each other enough room, and Vodka goes through up into 5th. Sparky is now back where he started the sprint, back down in last. Halfway into the sprint, and Sparky is exactly where he started after all that chaos and pandemonium. Jelly is pulling away a bit now from Vodka. Now that Vodka and Sparky are fighting, Jelly is working on getting past the Mercedes of Slingshot at the moment. We'll see if he can get it done here. As Blue Jelly tries to work his way up at least to 2nd, which would also be where he started the sprint too. So it looks like it might be CRJ and Jelly on the front row for the full race as well. Because there goes Blue Jelly. He's going to get the move done in the straightaway on the Slingshot. Though he's almost completely out of ERS. But he is able to get it done. Next, it's Vodka who has to try to get the move done on Slingshot. He has to pick a good move to do so. There he goes. Slingshot moves over, leaves the room for Vodka, so Vodka can get through. And there he goes. Vodka gets the move done. So both Red Bulls have passed Slingshot. Now it's just Sparky who has to try to work his way past the Mercedes of Slingshot, while the two Red Bulls are trying to work their way past Druply. And meanwhile, CRJ got clean air, and he's just pulling further and further ahead. So good stuff for him. He managed to stay out of all that chaos there at the beginning. I don't think he had, I don't think CRJ was involved in that at all, considering CRJ was the car ahead. But there you go. Druply picks up a 3-second time penalty though for corner cutting. And there you go. Jelly gets the move done on Druply. Next car coming up on him is Vodka Victory. This has been an absolutely insane sprint, considering there's only 6 cars on the grid at the moment. But yeah, Vodka Victory is the next car. That's going to burn some ERS to get the move done on Druply here on the hairpin. Here they go, the Red Bull and the Mercedes. The Mercedes goes way wide, though, off track there. Comes back on. But Vodka gets through. And Sparky's still in last, still hasn't caught back up yet to the other cars. I wonder if Sparky has damage on his car that he just can't afford to fix right now. I wonder if Sparky got damage from that incident. Like I said, Blue Jelly is starting to pull some more time back to CRJ. Now the softs are going to start to get a little slower. But there's only 4 laps left, so I don't really know if he'll be able to pull all that time back. Unless CRJ makes a mistake, of course. Like I said, now Sparky is on the back of Slingshot. Should be able to get the move done on him here going up the hill with the DRS. Should be able to get it done, no problem. Burn some battery as well for good measure, and Sparky gets moved on. Slingshot moves up into 5th. I just saw the Mercedes of Druply going wide again. So, especially with that time penalty, it looks like Sparky will at the very least get another position over Druply. So, as right now, it looks like both Mercedes will start from the back for the full race as well, if it stays like this. But Slingshot's actually very close to the back of Sparky right now. Slingshot's all over the Aston Martin. Slingshot in the blacked out Mercedes. Keeping with the Aston Martin right now. And he's going to have DRS. And he's going to burn some battery. Meanwhile, Vodka Victory gets the move done on his teammate up the road there. Moves up into 2nd. So the 2 Red Bulls now are in each other's DRS, pulling each other along. Slingshot unable to get past Sparky there, but he stayed with him for a bit. But now the main thing here is the 2 Red Bulls. Because every point counts right now for Vodka in the championship, so he's going to want to finish and start ahead of his teammate and start on the front row for the full race. Jelly is going to burn ERS with his DRS there. Try to stay with Vodka, make sure Vodka he doesn't get out of that DRS. And they actually start, like I said, they are pulling in CRJ. CRJ is now only 5 seconds ahead, but again, only a couple laps left. Couldn't be hard for them to pull that gap in such a short amount of time. And there we go, though, actually. Sparky now also has a 3-second time penalty for the sprint, so if Slingshot can stay with Sparky and just get towed along up to Druply, Slingshot could actually finish the sprint ahead of Sparky and Druply if it stays like this. So Slingshot actually in a great position right now. Burns a little bit of ERS. Throws on the DRS. And is just trying to stay with the guys. So he can get them because of the time penalties. To allow him to finish at the bare minimum 4th in the sprint. Which would be great points for Sling and Mercedes. Meanwhile, Blue Jelly is staying with Vodka. They both have about the same ERS. Both burned a lot. And you can tell CRJ's losing a lot of time to them now. CRJ's softs are falling off. He's losing time, and he's losing it fast. But at this rate, if he keeps up like this, he should still stay ahead of them. He only has 2 laps left. 4 seconds to play with. But Vodka and Jelly are gaining a ton of time on CRJ right now. CRJ cannot afford to make a single mistake, or else his sprint will be over. Meanwhile, Sparky Softs, like I said, they're falling off too, so Sling, that's working out to Sling's advantage as well here. And Sparky has caught up to the back of Drupally, so Slingshot just has to stay with the 2 of them for the next 2 laps. And he'll have both of those positions. And they are reeling in CRJ like crazy, though. They now got the gap down to 2.8 seconds. Crazy how fast they're gaining on CRJ. CRJ is completely out of ERS as well, similar to Vodka and Jelly. Jelly has a little bit more than Vodka now. Jelly had a bit of a lockup there, though, in that corner, it looked like to me. Unless that was a visual bug from the game. So the Red Bulls are closing on CRJ here now. They got it down to 2.5 seconds going into the last lap. So CRJ just has to hold on for dear life on this final lap. And should be able to get it done. To win the sprint. But again, it was super close. The guys are like almost caught right up to him. Jelly still gets the DRS. Stay with Vodka. And Sling is still staying with Sparky going into this final lap here, going up the hill. Looks like that call for the softs didn't really work out super well for the Aston Martin drivers. Oh no, but unfortunately for Slingshot there picks up a 3-second time penalty coming through the first sector on the final lap. So unfortunately it's not going to matter. At this point Sling will still start the sprint from the back. And he has no one to blame but himself. Unfortunately, yeah, huge choke there from Slingshot. Jelly and Vodka, unfortunately, they only got 1 sector left to catch CRJ, which doesn't look like it's going to happen. So right now it's just Jelly and Vodka here, 2nd and 3rd. Oh, Jelly's car gets a little squirrely there on him. But he's able to catch it. He's able to catch the car. We got final couple corners now. CRJ just has to cross the line. Here we go, up to the final corner. And oh, both Red Bulls crossed the line almost simultaneously because Vodka Victory's car got a little squirrely there. And Vodka still gets the position on Jelly and is going to start on the front row with CRJ. CRJ wins the sprint. Good stuff to CRJ. Capitalize on the incident that happened there. And he just barely was able to keep that gap for the sprint and get his... I believe CRJ's first sprint win in NACS. But yeah, unfortunately, huge choke for Slingshot there. You know, it only cost him 2 points anyway, but still, huge choke from Slingshot there because he could have gotten 4th there in that sprint, but unfortunately, he picked up a track limit penalty on that last lap. So it is what it is. Look at that. Let's look at the lap. Everyone's lap times there in that sprint. Guys in the softs obviously had the faster times, the 137s. But yeah, so we got CRJ and Vodka on the front row, Jelly and Droop on the second row, and Sparky and Sling in the back. So Sparky started from the back 6th and only gained 1 position over that sprint. Meanwhile, Droopley there starting. Droopley could be coming alive here now, could be locking in. But yeah, as always, we are going to have a 5-minute intermission before the full race, and it looks like it's all sunny. So it looks like it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows for the full race here at Texas. So we're going to take a quick little 5-minute intermission, and we'll be back in 5 minutes' time for the full race. And we're back, folks, and ready to go for the full race here at Circuit of the Americas in Texas. Interesting to see what tires people decide to start on. One stop is the optimal strategy here. So I think we'll most likely see mostly hards and mediums. I don't think we'll really see the softs come up unless there's a late safety car. And it's lights out and away we go here at COTA, here at Circuit of the Americas, Texas. CRJ leading off the line to defend his position at the start from Vodka victory. He squeezes Vodka into the inside. Both of these guys really getting their elbows out there into turn one, but CRJ defends his position. He is on the faster tire. He's on the mediums to start. And Druply Bunyan taking the soft tire gambit at the beginning. Druply is the only driver to start this race on the softs. Everybody else is mostly on the mediums, other than Vodka, who is on the hards. CRJ on the mediums to try to pull away from the likes of Vodka at the beginning. It's worked out for him so far. See if he can keep going with it. Sparky has now moved himself up to 4th, ahead of Druply, which is kind of sad for Druply because, I mean, he is on the faster tires, so that's not what you want to see at all for Druply. But Blue Jelly here now is Burton ERS really trying to get the move on his teammate early here. Both the Red Bulls coming together there. Blue Jelly going a little wide. Both the Red Bulls with their elbows out. Are these teammates? I can't tell anymore. Both these guys are fighting fierce for their positions here, even banging tires a little bit. Are these really teammates? That is the question anymore. These Red Bulls, you've seen them come together the past couple of races. Then you gotta start to ask yourself, what's going on with their the team dynamic at Red Bull? You know? Mercedes and Druply going way wide there. As Sparky's on the mediums now. CRJ sets a 149.3, fastest lap of the race so far. But everyone's still pretty bunched up. Sparky is going to send it in on the Red Bull of Vodka victory. Went for a crazy lunge there on him. Did not pan out. Not a very smart move there at all. Wasn't really close enough to go for a move there. His fronts were barely up to Vodka. So, not much there to be done there. CRJ is trying to pull and get Blue Jelly out of his DRS range right now. I mean, while Sparky is on the faster tire, so Sparky is still trying to put the pressure on Vodka now while he can. Like I said, this is important for these two guys. They are fighting for the championship after all. As you can see, Vodka running extremely low wings here at COTA. Pulling away from people in the straight like it's nutting. But, yeah. Sucks for Druply. Druply not even able to shake his teammate right now. Druply's pace at this track is just completely off right now. As even his teammate Sling is like right on his back. And Sling is on the slower tires. So the soft tire strategy really not working out for Druply here right now at all. At the moment. We'll see how it progresses for him, but as of right now, it's not looking like it was a good call. So maybe too soon to tell. Blue Jelly with the current fastest lap, 138.3. DRS is now enabled, so we're going to see some interesting moves here. Blue Jelly is absolutely flying. He's going to send it here. Thinking about going for something there. Wasn't able to get the acceleration out of the corner, but Blue Jelly is right on the back of CRJ now. Blue Jelly's caught back up to CRJ. Coming through Sector 1. He's absolutely flying. He is looking to challenge CRJ for the win here tonight at COTA. CRJ trying his best right now. Both him and Jelly have about the same ERS right now. Both very evenly matched at the moment. Meanwhile, Sparky is behind Vodka Victory, got DRS and ERS. He's going to burn a ton. What the guys aren't realizing at this track, you don't really get your ERS back. So you gotta be kind of careful with it. That's the thing. You can't just burn up all your battery willy-nilly, because then it's all gonna be gone. You're not gonna get it back. Right now, Sling is just staying with his teammate, getting pulled along there in the back, both the Mercedes. But they're not that far off the other guys, but they are a little bit, just that little bit. But everybody else super tight between most of these guys tonight. Kind of crazy. We might see a. Is this going to be like the sprint? Is this going to be the sprint part 2 right now? Because I think we're about to see both Aston Martins and Red Bulls are getting tight again, just like the sprint. Meanwhile, CRJ going way wide on that final corner. This is going to allow Jelly to get the move done on him up the straightaway with the DRS. CRJ swerving all over the track. Jelly takes lead. Oh, but CRJ just drives right into the Red Bull of Blue Jelly. I don't know about that one. CRJ. Meanwhile, Sparky is on the back of Vodka once again, but yeah. I don't know about that one, CRJ. CRJ just drove right into the side of Jelly there. Hopefully Jelly's car is okay, because Jelly might have sustained some damage there. Oh, but Druply Bunyan is out! And it's going to be a VSC. It's going to be a virtual safety car. Druply Bunyan is out of the race completely. Wow, and that's going to be it. Oh my goodness. I think that's... Yeah, Druply just wasn't feeling it this race. It's like he was all over the place. Couldn't really get anything done, even in the sprint. So that's gonna suck. Now Sling is the only Mercedes out there, and he just has to carry the torch tonight for Mercedes. Let's see if we can quickly get Druply in the party. See if he'll join us for a watch along for the rest of this race, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, virtual safety car, but DRS is now re-enabled. We're good to go once more. And Blue Jelly is now in the lead of the race. CRJ not too far behind. But yeah, interesting though. I wonder, like, that was really odd. CRJ just basically drove right into the side of Jelly there, coming out of turn 1. I don't know about that one. But now it's going to be that battle that we were talking about once again with Red Bull and Aston Martin. Sparky on the mediums doing everything in his power to keep up with Vodka, who is technically on the slower tire right now. So Sparky's pace, Sparky not showing the monstrous pace that he has at other tracks at this one. This does not seem to be one of Sparky's stronger tracks, that's for sure. Because at the past couple of races that he's been at, like Imola and Miami, he was just absolutely destroying everybody. But not tonight, not at this track. His teammate has actually been showing the faster pace here tonight. Yeah. Sparky's using the ERS and he got the DRS, but he's still not really pulling much time on Vodka on the straightaway at the moment. It's not making a huge difference for him. Vodka does have more ERS burned up than him, though. Vodka just trying to catch back up to CRJ, get back within his DRS. So Vodka can try to move up, fight his teammate for the race win tonight, because Vodka needs all the points he can get. Right now, Sparky can afford to lose. Sparky can afford to lose a couple points to Vodka. Like, if Sparky loses a couple points to Vodka tonight, it's not the end of the world, but Vodka can't really afford to miss out on any points opportunities. Like, Sparky's pace is clearly lacking a little bit here tonight. So this is a great opportunity for Vodka to pull points back on Sparky. But if he only finishes one place ahead of him, it's not really going to make that huge of a difference, is it? So right now, Vodka needs to get back up there and fight for the win here tonight. Fortunately for Sling, Sling is just now losing more and more time to these guys as, you know, everybody else are all basically in each other's DRS range. Sparky sets up a new purple sector 1 there. But everybody is basically in each other's DRS range, except for Sling, so they're all just pulling further and further ahead of Sling right now. And if we take a look here, yeah, Jelly still has the fastest lap, the 138.3 on the mediums. Sparky's burning even more ERS, down to 25% now. Down to 20 actually, but he's going to go for the move here on Vodka Victory. Down into the corner, he gets the move done. He does go a bit wider though. This is Vodka's chance to respond right back into the corner. These two going side by side here in the final sector at Texas. But Sparky still holds the position for now, still holds third. Blue Jelly still holds lead of the race, but not by much. CRJ is only a second and a half behind the Red Bull. So it's still a close fight for the win here tonight. Any one of these four guys could definitely win the race here tonight. Or maybe they'll all take each other out and Slingshot will win. Who knows? Who really knows? Fun fact, anyone who's been watching NACS since the very beginning, Slingshot actually did have a podium here last season. This race, Coda, was the first race of our first season of NACS. It was the very first race we ever did. And Slingshot actually got podium with the Aston Martin of Pete the Newfie and the Red Bull of Vodka Victory. Slingshot was on the podium with them, so Slingshot has gotten a podium here before. But not showing the same pace tonight that he was last season. Or maybe it's just people have stepped up their game since last season. Who knows? But yeah, the guys are trying to pull away from each other a little bit now. Vodka Victory burned up every little bit of ERS that he has at the moment to stay with Sparky. Both of them are pretty low. Same with CRJ, only has 8%, and Blue Jelly only has 20%. So all the guys are getting really low on they're all pretty much like low on ERS now. And like I said, the way this track is, they're not going to get it back except for when they pit. When they pit, they'll get like 20 or 30% back when they pit. But other than that, they're not going to get much more ERS back. They're just going to get little bits that they're going to be able to use. They're not going to have a ton. But CRJ is starting to pull Jelly in a little bit here now, though. Be interesting to see if CRJ can work to take the lead back from Blue Jelly. Again, still a long race to go. Still 21 laps to go here at Coda. Vodka Victory got DRS. Still staying with Sparky. That's all he really needs to do. He's on the hards. He knows those mediums are going to wear out. But the thing is, everybody in the mediums, though, are technically going to undercut Vodka, because more than likely they're all going to pit before Vodka if they're doing a medium to hard strategy tonight. So they are going to undercut Vodka, but that means that Vodka could be on the faster tires for the second half of the race. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. CRJ finally, it looks like he's about to get... Is he going to get Jelly in? Get DRS on Jelly? I don't know. I don't think he... I think he might have went back out of it there. I don't think he got the... I don't think he got the range. No, he did not. CRJ does not have DRS on Jelly right now. Unfortunately for him. Both the Aston Martins sandwiched between the two Red Bulls at the moment. But all four of these cars still pretty close at the moment. Like I said, any little thing, any little mistake any of these guys make will cost them dearly. They're pulling a lot of time on Sling, but other than that, they're all pretty much there together. On board with Sparky right now, who's trying to keep up with his teammate CRJ. It's the first time tonight that these two have been this close together, unless you count during the sprint. But CRJ was leading there. Sparky wasn't like right next to him or anything. But now Sparky is starting to lock in a little bit, and but he does mess up that corner pretty badly though. But he's starting to lock in. And try to catch back up to his teammate. but that little mistake there cost him a bit. So he's not going to get the DRS here on the straightaway. Unfortunately. Like I said, Sparky needs every point he can get tonight as well, though. Oh, CRJ getting a little squirrely there in that corner there. So Sparky's going to be right on his teammates behind here now. Yeah, the Aston Martin CRJ getting really, really swervy there with his car as well through that corner. So Sparky's going to go for the move here on his teammate into that corner. Doesn't get it done, though. CRJ still holds second. But Sparky is fast approaching his teammate here. What they're fighting is allowing Vodka to like reel them back in a little bit. Oh, Sparky car gets a little slidey there on the exit of that final corner. Sparky is going to have DRS. He's going to have the opportunity to go for it on his teammate up into the final corner. He goes way wide off track, though. CRJ is going to have the better line. So it looks like CRJ is going to take the position right back. And yes, he is. That's exactly what he's going to do. And like I said, all they're fighting is just reeling Vodka in. Vodka might have DRS on them here now. Coming up to the straightaway. Meanwhile, Blue Jelly is taking advantage of this to just pull away even more now. Blue Jelly has the gap. Now because of all the fighting CRJ's been doing with Sparky, Blue Jelly has the gap all the way up to over 3 seconds in the lead right now. So right now, Blue Jelly's the only one who's pulled any real gap. So right now, this is Blue Jelly's race to win at the moment. He has a bit of a gap to work with. The other cars are fighting. Both the Aston Martins, Sparky and CRJ, are fighting each other. Just like how the two Red Bulls were fighting. But there you go. Sparky gets the move done on CRJ with the DRS. Moves up to second. Now in trying to chase down his old teammate Jelly for the win here tonight. At Coda. And Vodka still just barely outside of that DRS. Though, like I said, Vodka is on the hards. They're on the mediums, so their mediums might start wearing out a bit here more now than Vodka's hards. Vodka might be able to reel them in again. Vodka might be able to go for a move on CRJ here shortly. Yeah, the tire dig here is pretty gnarly. CRJ trying to stay within his teammate's DRS range right now so he doesn't get eaten up by Vodka. That's his plan. You know, I think CRJ just barely stays within DRS range of his teammate. So he's going to get it again here. Which is good. He needs that. His attempts to pull away from Vodka. He desperately needs that. Meanwhile, Sparky is starting to close the gap to Jelly a little bit. He has the gap down now from 3.2 to 2.8. So slowly but surely, Sparky is pulling some time on Jelly. So it'll be interesting to see when Jelly decides to pit. Because, folks, I just noticed, I hope you guys have noticed too in chat, the sky is getting darker. We're getting more clouds. You know what that means? It's going to be a repeat of Thursday night, I think. Funny thing, in the assist division of NACS on Thursday night, we had basically the exact same weather pattern. The race started sunny, and then about halfway through the race, it turned to rain. So, as of right now, from what I'm seeing on my screen with the clouds forming overhead, how it's basically super overcast now, yeah, to me, folks, it's looking like... To me, it looks like we're going to have rain, just like we did on Thursday night. Which means that right now, all these guys are just waiting for the rain to do their pit stop. That's what they're gonna wait for. They're all just gonna wait till the rain comes and they're gonna do their pit stop. But it'll be interesting to see because in the dry, these guys have all been pretty close together in terms of pace. But let's see how the wet affects that, because some guys might be better than others in the wet here. So we'll see how that could come into play. Whoever wins this race is going to be because they were the best driver in the wet. Because right now, Jelly only has a 2.5-second lead to Sparky in second. So not a ton of time, so it's really going to come down to whoever can pull the time on the others in the wet. And Vodka is keeping up with CRJ. And I believe Jelly still has the fastest lap, doesn't he? Yep, he still has that lap from earlier. So if it rains, I mean, Jelly is guaranteed that extra lap, that extra point for Red Bull. And Drupally DNFing is great for CRJ and Jelly because they are fighting him for third in the standings right now. So Jelly is trying to win. He's trying to finish ahead of CRJ because he himself also wants to get third, at the bare minimum third in the standings. Here we go. Like I said, super cloudy now. Whereas the race started in the sun, so like I said, it is going to be the exact same weather conditions from Thursday night, I believe. Where in the next 2 laps or so, nothing is ever exact, but it looks to me like within the next 2 laps or so, it is going to rain. That is what it looks like to me anyway. Here we go. Vodka Victory is reeling in CRJ in the straightaway here. Gets up nice and close with him. Oh, but locks up a little bit there into that corner, so that's going to allow CRJ to respond. CRJ trying to move around Vodka. To no success. CRJ going for the move here on Vodka Victory. Both of them going wheel to wheel through that tight corner there. CRJ's car gets a little loose, unable to stick the landing there, so to speak. So Vodka Victory still holds third position. Both of them have fallen substantially behind Jelly and Sparky here now. CRJ down to 4th, but he will have a chance to respond to these 2 guys. Here we go, CRJ staying with Vodka. Oh, his car getting a little loose on him again, though. Like I said, these mediums are starting to get worn here now. When Vodka does have a little advantage of being on the hards, his tires probably aren't as worn. But Sparky is starting to reel Jelly in here now. He has the gap down to 1.8. So he might be able to take the race lead from Jelly before the rain even begins. Because I imagine the rain is not going to come for at least another lap or 2, so if it's like Thursday night, our rain started on lap 15. So if it ends up being the exact weather as Thursday night, which is how it's looking, the rain should start on either lap 15 or 16 or so. Things are going to get very interesting once that rain comes. We might see a lot of mistakes. You can see CRJ's car is already getting very squirrely. Now the track's getting colder. He has burned a bit of battery to stay with Vodka. Oh, CRJ going a little wide there on that final corner, though. Gets a little squirrely, like I said. I've seen these past couple laps, CRJ's had to catch his car multiple times. CRJ is having some issues here now, it seems. But he's still keeping up with Vodka. Like I said, lap 15. Oh my god, Xbox. Xbox kicked me out of the party for some reason. Good job, Xbox. Good job, Xbox. Just to make sure everything's running good. Yeah, okay. Just checking. Xbox is being stupid as always. But here we go. Like I said, CRJ still sticking with Vodka. He's doing a great job. Gap to Sparky and Jelly is about the same right now, 1.7. Oh, but there we go. CRJ gets the first penalty of the full race. A free second time penalty for multiple warnings. There you go. So CRJ does pick up a free second, so that is going to hurt his chances of finishing on the podium tonight. Which is a shame for him, because at one point it seemed like he even had a chance of winning tonight, but... no, the ball is definitely in Jelly's court at the moment. Lap 16, still no rain, from what I can see. Still no rain on track, still just overcast at the moment. So these guys on the mediums are really starting to struggle here now, though CRJ is sending it on a crazy corner here at the end of Sector 1 on Vodka Victory. He gets it done, though. Great move from CRJ, though. He gets it done. Props to him for that. Keeping it clean. Gets the move done. Vodka Victory has a chance to respond, though, here now into the hairpin. Both these guys bouncing off each other a little bit. Vodka's still going to get DRS on him here on the straightaway as well. So this should be an easy job for Vodka Victory to fly past CRJ here. CRJ is going to respond. Set dives right in on Vodka Victory into that hairpin. His front right touching his rear left a little bit. Oh my goodness, both these guys completely have their elbows out now. Sparky's also losing time to Jelly again, it would seem. Jelly trying to secure another race win for himself and Red Bull tonight. That would be huge for them, like I said, in their Constructors battle. Oh, but there we go. Jelly is actually going to pit now. Jelly is going to pit off the mediums right now. And there goes Sparky into the pits. And there goes Vodka into the pits as well. CRJ, the only driver still out on track at the moment. But no, there we go. Sparky, Jelly, and Vodka all go into the pits. Jelly and Sparky are both coming out in the softs. Vodka's coming out in the mediums. So, Jelly and Sparky both are going to have to do, like I said, 12 laps on those softs here at the end of the race. Which is doable, but they're going to be, it's going to hurt them in the last lap or two. Slingshot also pitting here now for the softs. And now CRJ is the only driver left to pit. So it looks like the rain isn't coming after all. All these guys have decided to pit to... I guess maybe they asked the race engineers and he told them, nah, the weather isn't coming, so... Nope, so... maybe there is no rain, I guess. Maybe it's just going to be overcast weather until the end of the race. Who would have thought? Now, like I said, Sparky and Jelly are both on the softs now. Sparky is setting purple sectors. He is pulling time on blue Jelly. So Sparky being faster than Jelly on the softs could be the deciding factor here tonight, if that is the case. You guys getting a little spaced out here now. But there you go, CRJ pits. CRJ finally pulls it into the pits. He should be coming out on the softs as well. And yes, he is. And let's see, will CRJ come out ahead of Vodka Victory or not? Vodka burning all the ERS he has to. There's the Aston Martin of CRJ in his rear view. But there you have it. Vodka Victory does come out ahead of CRJ there. So the undercut from Vodka Victory working out. CRJ is now behind Vodka once more, and you got to keep in mind CRJ has that free second time penalty. As of right now, Vodka will finish ahead of CRJ. They are still a ways back from Blue Jelly and Sparky, though, 10 seconds behind. So right now, it is a battle for the win between Jelly and Sparky right now. Jelly, once again, has a 2.5-second gap to play with for these final 10 laps. See what he can do. There we go. Slingshot also picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. The game kicking Slingshot while he's down. Slingshot's just doing his thing right now, just trying to survive and secure points for Mercedes tonight, which will help them in their fight with Ferrari for third in the Constructors. And there we go. Blue Jelly sets a new fast lap of the race at 1:36.5. Jelly absolutely cooking tonight. There we go. CRJ cutting across that curb there. And he's trying his everything to stay with Vodka victory right now, but he has fallen out of his DRS range at the moment. Ooh, but Vodka possibly making a little bit of a mistake there. CRJ does reel him in a little bit. Tries to get DRS on Vodka, but I don't think he was successful. So he said at the moment we are on board with CRJ in his attempts to keep up with Vodka, though like I said, CRJ does have that 3-second time penalty. So that could cost him the podium tonight if he's not careful. You just have to stay with Vodka tonight and hope that Vodka gets a penalty as well, I suppose. But they are losing more and more time to the cars ahead. Blue Jelly and Sparky lapping so similarly right now. That gap between Jelly and Sparky has just stayed around 2.5 seconds this whole time. So right now, Jelly and Sparky are very even. Let's look at their fastest laps, actually. Though, funny enough, now Blue Jelly does have a way faster lap than Sparky, though. 1:36.5 to Sparky's 1:37.1. So like I said, Jelly does naturally just have the faster pace at this track tonight compared to Sparky. So this is definitely, like I said, this is still Jelly's race to win. He's led most of the laps of the race tonight. CRJ getting really close to Vodka here now on the straightaway. He's gotten back. Vodka must have made a little bit of an error because CRJ has caught up to him once more. Got the DRS on him again. But again, even with DRS, he's having trouble pulling time on Vodka on the straightaway. He's having trouble, and like I said, that ERS, these guys aren't going to get much ERS back for the rest of this race, so. But yeah, like I said, 7 laps remaining tonight. 7 laps remaining. This is Jelly's race to win. He just has to keep it together. And he will secure the win for himself and Red Bull. Which will actually be the first time I think Jelly will have won 2 races in a row, because Jelly also won last week at Vegas. That's the thing you gotta keep in mind, is that Jelly also won last week at Vegas. So, over his teammate Vodka victory, it was a Red Bull 1-2 last week at Vegas. Jelly finishing P1, Vodka finishing P2. Oh, CRJ is getting so much time on Vodka there in Sector 1. It's crazy. But yeah, as I was saying, It was a Red Bull 1-2 last week at Vegas. Jelly won, and now he's trying to win again here at Coda. So this could be 2 American GPs in a row that Jelly wins. And like I said, I think this will be the first time that Jelly's ever won 2 races back-to-back like this. So Blue Jelly just on great form right now here at the end of Season 2 of NACS. You gotta give him props for that, though. Sparky is starting to close him in a little bit. Sparky has the gap down to 1.7 seconds here now. And CRJ cuts that corner a little bit, which unfortunately does cause his car to slide for a second. It does cause his car to slide. But CRJ's doing a great job keeping up with Vodka, even though, I mean, he has to. Realistically, CRJ has to do something now, because if he doesn't, he's going to be way slower than Vodka at the end of the race. So here he goes. CRJ goes for the move here into turn 1. Gets the move done. So CRJ takes the position over Vodka. Through the S's. Unfortunately, though, CRJ is not going to be able to pull enough time, it looks like, to get Vodka out of that DRS. No, he's not, so Vodka is going to have a chance to respond here. Right back on CRJ. And Jelly is losing some more time to Sparky there now. As we get closer to the end of the race, Jelly just barely keeping Sparky out of his DRS now. Vodka victory. Not able to get it done on CRJ there. He's going to have to wait for another opportunity. Here we go, Vodka Victory got DRS once again. He's sticking with CRJ for now. That's all they can really do. They're so far behind. P1 and P2 now. They're out of contention for the win. The win tonight comes down to between Blue Jelly and Sparky. Blue Jelly just has to try to keep this gap on Sparky, keep Sparky away. Or else Sparky could take the win away from him there at the end of the race. Oh, but there you go. Vodka Victory picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, cutting that corner there. So now all of a sudden it's a battle between Vodka and CRJ for the podium. Both of them are even on time penalties right now, 3 seconds to 3 seconds. So right now it's either person's game for the final podium slot tonight between CRJ and Vodka Victory. And right now Vodka needs all the points he can get to try to keep the championship fight with Sparky alive. So Vodka is going to get the run here on CRJ on the straightaway. There he goes. Vodka retakes third position. From the Aston Martin, it looks like it's going to be a fight between these two to the very end of the race here tonight. Oh, Vodka going way wide there on that second last corner. Vodka's struggling a little bit here now, though, even though he should technically be on the better tires right now, because those softs are going to start to wear off here on these final couple laps. But CRJ is going to stick it in there on the final corner, or on the first corner. Him and Vodka making contact once more on that corner. Both of these guys going neck and neck here, down up to Sector 1. CRJ getting tons of dirty air here off the back of Vodka Victory. CRJ burning more battery on the straightaway with DRS on Vodka victory, but he's still barely pulling any time on the Red Bull on the straightaway, even with that. But like I said, it's going to be a fight to the finish for who finishes on the podium tonight between Vodka victory and CRJ. Not only is this points for the constructors for their teams, these are free extra points for the driver fight right now for Vodka. So right now Vodka needs to try to at least still finish on the podium tonight. Losing out in this position to CRJ would be really bad for him in terms of his chances. But also, we got to keep in mind, Sparky has now caught up to the back of Jelly here going into these final 4 laps of the race. Sparky has now caught up to the back of Jelly. They're both around the same ERS, 20% or so. So, it's not over yet. Sparky can definitely still fight Jelly for the win here tonight. Jelly has to try to pull... Oh, CRJ almost going right into the back of Vodka Victory there in Sector 1. Pretty sketchy. Oh, he sends it on him! Vodka Victory there on that corner, but CRJ loses it. Loses the car there. Vodka Victory had no choice but to turn in. And CRJ resets the track. CRJ insta-paused and reset the track. And to anyone who doesn't know, resetting the track is not allowed in NACS. That is huge now for Vodka Victory, even though Vodka Victory has now just picked up another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That is huge. Yeah, that is huge for for CRJ and for Aston Martin. That was a clear-cut reset to track there from CRJ. That was completely unnecessary. It's not, he wasn't beached or nothing. That's the only time we allow resets to track is if a driver is beached or stuck. When that was not the case, he was simply just spun out on track. So yeah, and that was CRJ's own fault there, in my opinion. That move, that, like, I don't know what he was thinking there. He tried to send it on Vodka on that corner, and Vodka just turned right in, because I mean that is Vodka's line to take there. Like, that is his line. Like, he's allowed to go through there. But CRJ just stuck his nose in and tried to send it on a corner where there was no room to do so, and that caused that little incident there, which would have been just that. It would have just been an incident, but no. CRJ has now reset the track, which is not good for him going forward. Oh my goodness, but even worse though, for another driver, Blue Jelly also picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings here. Final 3 laps of the race. Blue Jelly has been leading almost this entire race. He's been holding off Sparky so well. He's got him out of that DRS range again here now on the final 3 laps. But Jelly has picked up a 3-second time penalty. So all Sparky has to do now, to win the race tonight, is to just not get any time penalties in these final, come up to these final 2 laps of the race. Sparky just has to not get a time penalty like Jelly did, and Sparky will win the race. If this gap stays the same and Sparky doesn't get them, he will win. He'll get another win under his belt. Which is exactly what he wanted, and it's kind of a turnaround victory for him, honestly, because he was really struggling to keep up with Jelly, the pace of Jelly and others during the sprint. But Sparky has completely turned it around here, though he is now starting to lose some more time to Blue Jelly. However, he has a ton of ERS left over that he can still burn to keep up with Jelly. But Jelly is pushing his absolute hardest right now. Final 2 laps of the race. He knows he has to, if he wants to win, he has to get Sparky out of that 3-second range. He has to get Sparky out of that 3-second range, or he will not win the race. Sparky will. But I think Sparky and Aston Martin are going to have some bigger problems after the race anyway, though. CRJ is going to pit. CRJ is going to pit to try to steal that fastest lap point away from Red Bull, from Blue Jelly. Not a bad strat, honestly. Probably the right call to just go for that. He knows he has the pit stop gap to Slingshot anyway, and it doesn't really matter, so... but yeah, because not only for Aston Martin, not only is CRJ there at fault for that was a clear-cut reset to track, but also there's that incident from the sprint that needs to be looked at, which could have implications possibly as well. if someone submits that. Like I said, CRJ is out on a fresh set of softs for the final lap of the race to try and take the fastest lap away from Blue Jelly and Red Bull. He's going to have one chance to do so. Sparky keeping the gap around 2.1 seconds to Jelly coming into the final lap. Right now, it's looking like Sparky's race to win. He just has to not get any track limit penalties and keep this gap going with Jelly for the final lap, and he'll win the race tonight for Aston Martin. Because even if he were to be penalized for something that happened in the sprint, that would only affect his penalty points on his record and his position in the sprint. It would not affect the full race. So this would still be a clear, a mighty fine win for Sparky tonight. But he does make a little bit of a mistake there on turn 1, loses some tenths to Jelly. Jelly got the gap to 2.6 now. It's going to be very close between these two for who wins here tonight. Like I said, Jelly has to pull 3 seconds. He has to pull another couple tenths on Sparky if he wants to win. And CRJ is also about to start his final lap here now and go for his fastest lap attempt to try and take that away from Red Bull. And actually, I think this might, if he can do this, I think this might even be CRJ's first fastest lap he's ever gotten in NACS. It'll be interesting to see. He burns the lap there on coming up the start-finish line straight as you would. This is his one and only chance to steal the fast lap away from Red Bull. Not a bad call to do so, though. And he does set a purple sector 1, saving half a second on his fastest. CRJ is flying right now. Meanwhile, back to Sparky and Jelly, though. They're coming around the final couple corners here now. Jelly almost pulled. Jelly's in to get the 3 seconds to Sparky. Jelly's going to cross the line here. Did he do it? Did Jelly pull the time to Sparky? Yes, he did. Blue Jelly wins the race tonight over Sparky. Blue Jelly was able to pull the time on Sparky there at the very end of the race. Good stuff to him. Blue Jelly gets his second win in a row here. 2 American GPs in a row, Vegas and now Texas. Jelly wins 2 races in a row for Red Bull. That's going to be great for their constructors' chances going forward in the season, and also for Jelly's chances of, securing third position over CRJ and Druply. So good stuff to him. CRJ still finishing his fastest lap attempt here. Now he's saving almost a full second. If we look at the fastest laps, that would give him the fastest lap over Jelly. So right now CRJ just has to nail it this final corner here. And it looks like he could take the fast lap away from Jelly. Here we go. He's going to cross the line. But at 136.721, what was Jelly's? Oh no, Jelly's was a 136.5. So unfortunately, the strategy did not work out for CRJ. Unfortunately, CRJ was still unable to pull the fastest lap, to take the fastest lap away from Blue Jelly. Blue Jelly still had it by 2 tenths. Blue Jelly's pace was amazing here tonight. He 100% deserved the win, in my opinion. Definitely had the fastest pace out of everybody. But Sparky still gets second. Still finishes ahead of his rival Vodka at the moment, which is all he really needed to do. But so congrats to Blue Jelly, Sparky, and Vodka Victory, your podium tonight. And let's see if we can get the guys in the party for a quick post-race interview before we end things off. Oh, wow, though. Okay. So just notice, though, that what's showing there. Okay, so Sparky actually didn't pull any points on you. It's actually the exact same. 22 and 22. According to what it says there on the results screen, anyway.
That's what we're going.
Barring with
CRG
anything else.
is disqualified. No points for him, right?
uh, well, he has a race ban coming for resetting the track. 'Cause that's going to be the final 2 points that
Oh,
he needed on his
I
record.
don't know if it disqualified you from the current race too, so you didn't get points for this one or the next one.
Uh, no, it's penalty points
Okay, okay. So a race ban. So
and
he's
the
got a
time.
race ban.
Yeah, because of that's like the final nail in the coffin. I think it was just out of habit because like he literally did it like instantly. Like he just paused and hit the button.
Oh.
So I'm assuming it was out of habit.
I don't think I did
Um,
anything on that turn. I was doing the usual
no,
right to
no, I
left.
don't think. Yeah, that was your line. He shouldn't have stuck his nose in there. Like there was no way that
Well,
he was getting
he
that
dove a
done.
few times after I already started the turn, so it's already my apex. You can't like just because you showed up there eventually doesn't mean that you got it. But it was fun racing. I mean, like he wanted the position, so I would have done something the same. So good shit. It was fun, clean until then.
Yeah, it was clean until then. He got some good moves done in that like around that same area before that happened, but then he did that and that was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, Sparky, he had some great moves on me. And then we had some fun battles. Good shit for him.
Yeah, here's the race winner. Here's the race winner, Blue Jelly. Managed
Congrats,
to pull
Jelly.
that time there at the end to Sparky for that time penalty, and 100% deserved in my opinion. He definitely had the fastest pace out of everyone tonight. Um,
I was watching
now,
that time gap for him. I was like, get that 3 seconds, bro.
yeah, that was hype there at the end. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously this wasn't one of his best tracks, because usually he's you know, like usually he's the fastest man on track, bar none. But tonight, he had to work for everything, like every little thing that happened. It was super tight between you guys. Obviously, the only real big incident from that race, in my opinion, was the sprint incident. That was kind of crazy. That final corner incident there. Um, I don't know what will happen with that. I don't know if someone is going to submit that or not. I mean, if they do, it won't affect the final race result. It will only affect, because we did the same thing with I think it was CRJ with the sprint at Portugal. Like it only affects the sprint race penalty points on the record and the sprint race result. It doesn't affect the final race result. So, um, yeah. Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. But yeah, no, but good stuff, man. That's actually I wasn't obviously last weekend I wasn't able to be here when you won Vegas. I watched it after the fact. So this is 2 wins in a row for you. Um, and for the first time you ever doing that, but also that's great because not only are you fighting for the constructors, but you're also technically fighting your own battle for third over in the standings, because you and going into this race, you, CRJ, and Drupally were all pretty close, but Drupally DNF'd. CRJ fell off. Um, so, so yeah, so
Oh yeah,
two
the
solid weekends
fucking the
in a row.
1-2 for the sprint and the 1-3 for the race. Yeah, that's some solid points.
Yeah,
And then well
and now
last week
Jelly.
we got a lot too.
The interesting thing that some people might not be thinking about though too is that the next race we're coming up to possibly one of, if not your best track. So could it be 3 wins in a row?
What's next?
Singapore. Could it be
Ooh,
three
that's gonna
wins in
be
a
a
row?
fun for everybody, bro. That's gonna be a fucking shit show. Holy
Except for
shit.
CRJ, because
Well, he's not here. So.
uh, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Hopefully, I can keep up with Sparky and Jelly. It's gonna be us three battling, and Drupally if he's gonna be up there with us.
Drupally is also really good at that track, so you can't
And
count
we don't
him
know
out
about
there
Supreme on it
either.
either. So if he shows
yet.
up.
So it could be some fun. For sure, for sure. But anyways, guys, that's going to end things off tonight. Good stuff. It didn't even matter. There was only 6E on track because it was honestly, like, that sprint, for only there being 6 people, that was a crazy sprint. Like, that was wild. All you guys were, like, neck and neck the whole time. So I have no complaints about that, especially near the end of the season. But yeah, 4 races to go. We got Singapore, Hungary, the final sprint in Silverstone, then we got the 100%er at the very end at Suzuka. So yeah, looking forward to it next week. Anyone watching, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always, for race 21 at Singapore, Marina Bay Street Circuit. I'm your host, Sidonia Muse. Thanks for joining me, Vodka, and congrats again, Jelly, on 2 dubs in a row.
Good shit, everybody. Muse, let me know if I have to